We woke up to a beautiful morning at Gilchrist Blue Springs State Park in Florida. And we were hoping that today was going to be a more relaxing day compared to yesterday. Hopefully the Scamp stayed where it is. I woke up early and walked down to the springs before they were open for swimming because during the day they are very crowded. There's a ton of people here. But I wanted to get a view of the natural beauty and the calm that exists around the springs. So I headed down here early in the morning to soak in some of the sounds of nature. Visiting the natural springs is such a great thing to do when you're in this part of Florida. The limestone creates this unique environment where they have these springs and the water just bubbles up to the surface and it's completely crystal clear. Especially when nobody's swimming in it and turning up the bottom, you can see through it like glass. The water has this natural turquoise blue color that is so beautiful, and there are little fish swimming around in the water. I sat on the edge for a while, and there was a tree right next to me where some of the caterpillars were rappelling down, and they would land in the water, and underneath there would be a group of fish just waiting for them to hit the water so that they could grab their breakfast. It was such an interesting process to watch. One of the great benefits of camping at a place like this is that you can roll out of bed in your pajamas, and it was just a couple-minute walk from where the Scamp was parked to the spring. And if we were staying somewhere else, there's probably no way that I would have made it here this early to experience the springs before anybody else was there and to be able to soak in what the actual natural experience of the springs is like. So that's one of the big benefits of camping somewhere like this. And although the campground here was not my favorite one that we've ever been at, it leaves some things to be desired in terms of how the campground is structured. Totally worth it to be able to see Gilchrist Blue Springs, and hopefully later it will be warm enough that we'll get to go for a swim. I soaked in just a couple more minutes of this amazing natural wonder, and then I headed back over to the Scamp to check on the guys and see if they were awake. It was starting to get a little bit cloudy and there was some rain in the forecast. It's starting to rain, and we know how the rain goes in Florida. Yeah, it's already starting to rain harder. I just really hope it doesn't rain too hard because this soft sand is making me nervous. Even when it was dry, we had an issue. Gosh, I really don't care to repeat that experience again. I was so worried that we were going to hit the picnic table because look, the picnic table is right there. So I thought the trailer was going to slam right into the picnic table, or there's like a pole on the other side. Let's see how the awning is doing. Pat's sitting out here. How's the awning doing?
Nope.
How's the awning?
Oh, very good.
Good? It looks like it's holding up well.
Yeah.
It's not windy.
No.
It's starting to come down pretty good though.
Yeah.
It's nice. Cool it off.
Yeah.
It's been hot.
A little stuffy.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels good. It smells good.
Yeah, it does. It was bad. It's, you know, coming from the side it's so high, but...
Okay. Oh, yeah, it was cooling a little bit.
Yeah.
Not bad though.
Most of it.
Yeah. You okay? Redford does not like rain. He'll wait until later to go out. It was really pouring. Oh, there's the Florida rain. Oh my gosh. It's still up though. It's holding.
No, it's fine.
It rained pretty steadily for the rest of the day, so it was a hanging out inside the Scamp kind of day. But luckily, even with the heavy rain, the Scamp stayed in place. We were super happy about that. And the next day, it looked like it was going to be a beautiful sunny day. Just behind the tent area here is a nice walking trail. It's short, but there's like a neat little network that kind of crisscrosses. And I've actually been back here twice with Red, and then I came back a third time today and took a different path and found just the neatest area with a little stream. So I wanted to come back without him because when I'm filming with Red, he's always making noise and like pulling on me, and he doesn't sit still well. So he's back at the camper with Patrick hanging out, and we'll take a walk. So there's a bunch of different trails. There's the one that I usually took just going straight, but if you hang a left here, I believe this is, yeah, Yellow Trail. This is where it gets really interesting. Then you come to this great little area. So Pat went swimming a couple minutes ago, and he was pretty quick. He came right back, and he said that it was super crowded because it got pretty warm today. But back here, it's so quiet. I don't think many people come back here. I almost didn't find it. You just have to turn to the left. So peaceful. There are some giant trees in here. I'm not sure, I guess they're cypress. When the tree has its own plaque, you know that's a special tree. It is hard to capture the true scale of this tree on video. It is quite amazing how tall and how wide the base of the tree is. It gives you a little better idea when I walk over so you can get a comparison, but this tree is pretty astonishing. I love the bottoms of these trees with all the roots and everything, but I just keep thinking this is probably a great place to find a snake. So I'm being very careful. I had these flowers over by the spring, but I couldn't get close enough to them. I'm so glad they're over here too. Never seen anything quite like that. Going into the forest and walking around, exploring, looking at plants, listening to things, it's one of my favorite things to do. And it was extra fun on this trip because these plants and this landscape is so different from what I'm used to in New Jersey. All these different flowers, I didn't know what they were, different sounding birds, just a great experience to see how different the forest can be in another area. I can't believe I almost missed this. If I hadn't walked down the other trail, I wouldn't have found this. Thank goodness I went exploring again. I always say that I understand why some people don't like traveling. There's quite a bit of challenge and discomfort that comes with travel, especially when you're in the natural world. But I've decided that I love these type of experiences so much that putting up with some discomfort is worth it to me. There's the tent section, and you can see it actually has really big spaced out sites. I don't know, this campground is laid out kind of weird. The RV sites are really tight and really close together, and then we were told that the site that we had booked was actually a tent site. We could have fit in it, but it's the only tent site over here by the RVs. Everything else has hookups. And then the poor tent people have quite a long walk to the bathroom, and this morning Pat ran into the lovely problem where it was like 9 o'clock. He walked over to the bathroom and it was closed because they were cleaning it, which is like terrible timing. And we're trying really hard not to use our tanks because we don't have a dump station here. Thanks for coming along with us on this exploration of northern Florida, for all of the fun, challenge, and amazing beauty that comes with it. We have a lot more to share from our trip and more to share about Gilchrist Blue Springs. So make sure you are subscribed, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you to our Patreon members for supporting and encouraging us to continue making these videos. It's time for you to face those fears, and it's all fair to be aware, and I'll be there, so don't be scared. Just take a deep breath of air, and 1, 2, 3 to 10, you begin to focus again in the